The team behind the Bank of America Chicago Marathon and the Shamrock Shuffle are gearing up for the debut of the newest addition to the city's premier racing portfolio, the Bank of America Chicago 13.1.
Jake Spitz from the 3 Run 2 Running Club is here to tell us about it and his journey to becoming sober through the help of running. Thanks, Jake, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
I love the play on the name 3 Run 2 3 1 2.
So cute.
Tell us about your journey to running. We were just talking a few minutes ago. You didn't start running in high school or college. This was something that started later. Was it in an effort to become sober?
That happened actually more because of COVID. I mean, I started running as an adult. I think you try to find things, that you aspire to get better at, and it was one of those things. I started running when I was like in my late 20s and ended up being decent at it, and it was a good way to kind of like broaden my community and everything. And just through COVID, I mean, I lost some family members, got displaced from work and everything, and I think that's really where my energy and everything kind of turned into trying to make more positive kind of things happen in my life, and getting sober was definitely one of those things to put my focus on. So
that's Chicago's running community is just amazing. I mean, there's so much cool things and people to meet. But the great thing about running is all you really need is a pair of shoes and the mindset to go do it.
Definitely. Just getting out on the lakefront every day, I mean, and then with this race especially, introducing people to the west side of Chicago is going to be such a cool venture. Everything happens in the downtown area, and to show people some of those amazing communities. I mean, Garfield Park is one of the oldest parks on the west side of Chicago, so being able to bridge some of those communities and just like shining a little more light on some of those amazing people in other parts of the city is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, so the 3.1 half marathon is basically what it is. Tell us about the communities that you're going through. We have a map right here, but if you can just kind of talk us through it.
Oh yeah, so we start and end in Garfield Park. The running team that I actually run with, we run on the boulevards every Thursday night, so it's going to be kind of like a home turf run for us, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, we snake from Garfield Park up to Humboldt, shoot down to Douglas Park, and then it finishes back in Garfield. So there's like a festival all weekend long. It's going to be a very like family-friendly, like interactive kind of experience for everybody, for spectators and runners for the whole weekend. So
I'm trying to think, are there any hills in there that you might have to encounter?
I don't think
Not a
Pretty flat.
No, it's
I always thought it was the mean at the end of the marathon, or close to when the Congress part of it. I'm like,
yeah, Roosevelt.
Yeah, Roosevelt. Sorry, thank you. Yes, you're like, I'm done already. This sounds like a really nice race, and early June seems like a great time to do it weather-wise.
Yeah, it should be in the 70s, so it should be decent that morning. So weather's looking good so far.
Okay, 3 Run 2 is one of many clubs participating. Tell us about 3 Run 2, though. You said it was your journey to get sober, but there are many in the running club that are also doing the same thing.
Oh, sure. So it was started back in 2013. Very organic running club start. Just some friends getting together. I actually found it last year. One of my friends has been nagging me for years to come join them. There weren't a lot of runs happening with COVID and everything. People kind of had their little like social circles that they were comfortable with and everything. And I joined them last April, and haven't really looked back since then. But that community aspect of running is really kind of what helps fuel each of us. You find those people to run with. You talk about everything other than running while you're running, and then when you're not, when you're going out to eat and drink and everything, you talk about running. So it's really like that full circle like experience with the group, and it's become a family. So
that's awesome. I think what people don't know if they're not runners, these organizations in Chicago like this, you don't have to be some ace like 6-minute miler.
No.
You can be, going out for a nice jog and meet some people who are doing the same thing as you.
100%. I mean, even this race on Sunday, every pace is going to be there. Every race is the same distance for every person. So you get the same size medal at the end of the race, whether you run it like the fastest or the slowest. So I think it's about that acceptance of everybody and celebrating like each person's journey through that race and the training and everything.
Can people still participate? I know the Bank of America Marathon run, that's pretty much done as soon as it opens up. What about this half mile?
Yeah, registration is still open. I think it's 115, and then the website information, they can sign up right online, and packet pickup is Friday and Saturday. So
the nice thing about a half marathon is like it's doable. I think for a lot of people, marathons seem so far out of their reach, where a half marathon, you're like, okay, well, 6. It's only, I could do 6, well, maybe I could do 13, right?
Definitely, for sure. She's like, nope.
No. These are the runners here. I'm going to be honest with you. 5 is about max for me. So, all right. So
we'll see out there next year.
Yeah, next year, exactly.
Okay, so the information is Chicago13.1.com with point spelled out, actually.
Point, yes.
Point spelled out.com. Jake, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Best of luck to you on Sunday.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great day.